Hi guys, I just got home from work. It's 8:40 p.m. But I have orders to pack. So I thought, why not make a video while I pack my orders and talk to you a little bit about what I do.
What I do.
But also updates, I did a video in French and I feel like I'm kind of letting English speakers down and vice versa. It's so hard, if you think about it. Having two languages can be so hard because as much as I want to share, parts of my life with people, I want everybody to understand me. And I know that a lot of French speakers that, I've had as a community in the past do not understand any English whatsoever. So I kind of have to do French videos for those people. Yes, I know I can do subtitles, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like even my energy when I speak French or English is a little bit different. So I'm doing this in English. I don't know why this is bothering me. And yeah, so I streamed last night. I've been doing Whatnot for 2 years now. We're marking 2 years. I actually started when I moved back to California. I was selling my clothes, the girls' clothes. I was just kind of trying to make a buck, really. It was a side gig to make extra money because California is very
Very expensive.
took that money, kind of invested it in like charms, like anything I could really sell. I was at that point just kind of trying to find things, sourcing on Whatnot as well. I transitioned to doing, you see what I'm doing here? I'm talking more than I'm doing. Yet I'm supposed to know how to multitask. Let's stay focused. Sorry. My soundboard is on. I have to. I started selling luxury, and then those Labubu came before they got really famous here. I was able to source them from someone I know in Asia and, kind of got my hands on it and then really took advantage of the time being and selling those and making money. Today, I am packing two streams actually. I sold some cards and I sold some collectibles. So what I do is I pack my giveaways. So my giveaways goes in envelope. Like non-buyers will receive some cards, stickers, air freshener. So I'm gonna be doing this right now. And after that, this is kind of like my way of doing. I've had 70 plus orders in one stream. It's slowed down a lot. I think right now I have maybe 25 or 30 orders, so it's not that bad, including the giveaways, which giveaways is really easy to do. All I have to do is kind of slide some stuff in there and that's it. But yeah, your girl was busy. I slowed down a lot. It was way too much with work and my kids. It was just a lot of work overall. So yeah, but I enjoy doing this. I enjoy streaming. I think it's so much fun. And I want to try doing Twitch a little bit, but it's just so much. I have so much ambition. Little time really. But I feel like that's the cancer in me. If I have cancer people watching me, they will relate and understand. We get 1,000 ideas. We want to do them all, but it is so hard to actually do it all. You have to kind of like take a step back and focus on doing one first. Maybe you can do another once the first one is like sort of completed, if that makes sense. But it's tricky. It's tricky. Now I stream literally like once a week. Like I was doing twice a week, but the second time a week is kind of I'm not really following through with the second time anymore. For the only reason is that I'm so busy with trying to post content and like filming content. I mean, it's so much time, and I knew that. I've always known it, but I really want to take this seriously now and do it and like stick to it. I still enjoy streaming, but I'm not mad that I did slow down on like the pace because I would sleep like last year. It was really crazy. I would sleep like 3 hours a night.
Hello?
Like who sleeps 3 hours a night? Yeah, I know people do. I don't. If I don't get my 8 hours or 9, I am a zombie. So I was pretty much a zombie for months and months and months. I was on a really bad sleep schedule, and it was a really unhealthy time. One day I just kind of woke up and I'm like, okay, I need to change this. I need to kind of get my together and just, you know, kind of put certain priorities, and also like the streaming had to not be a priority, if that makes sense, right? Because I do have a full-time job, and my full-time job will stay my priority no matter what. At this pace, guys, I'm gonna end the video after doing the giveaways because this is how much I'm talking. It's been great ever since I slowed down on streaming. It's been really good. Like, I've been really healthy. I can see my skin is almost clear, you know, my mood is better. I don't necessarily need coffee or caffeine, period, because I have enough sleep, even though I love me some coffee. And I'm really excited because I am going to Belgium mid-September. I'm going for my best friend's wedding. So I will be spending a lot of time with my mom, and I can do a lot of content there. You know, I can share a lot of things about Belgium that people may not know or may know, or, you know, food, and there's just so much. So I'm really excited to do that and be able to share that, because I've traveled so much and I really always shared so little that I am looking forward to be able to share, you know, this time around. Like, when I went to Greece last year, your girl like had so much potential. I mean, Greece, you know, and I didn't, but it's okay, because guess what? I'll go back to Greece eventually. And, you know, I love to travel. I love to discover new places. Will I go back to Santorini? No, probably not, but I will go somewhere else in Greece. I'm not a huge touristic side of things. I like to kind of venture into locals and, you know, really like immerse myself, if that makes sense. So going to Santorini was a huge disappointment in the way where I did not expect for the whole island to be running on tourism. Okay. Sure, it may sound obvious to certain people, but not to me. I really did not know that it was going to be that way. Sorry. But it was really disappointing. I mean, even my mom and I, obviously, we're the same because she raised me, and that's kind of how we traveled, is that, you know, we went to the Dominican Republic and we went out and about. Now that I think about it, it wasn't really safe to do so, but we did. We know, with our very little Espanol, we just went out and explored. Would I do that today? Probably not. I mean, although my Spanish is a lot better, I don't know if I would feel safe. I think maybe with my mom, but by myself, I'm too traumatized to kind of venture like this now because of all that's happened in the past. Which is another day for that kind of story. I've got attacked, and yeah, the States didn't really treat me well when I first moved here. Kind of, you know, looking forward to that trip. I miss my mama too, so, oh. And I'm almost done with the giveaways. I'm saying this, but I don't even know how many giveaways do I even have to do. I don't know how many I have. I didn't count. So this is what I do. When I have to do those giveaways, I don't really count how many I have to do. I just do a bunch of envelope and eventually start putting like the labels on them. You know what I mean? I'm talking like you can answer. Then some of the labels, I can see it's like 2 giveaways because of the price that I paid, because I pay for the giveaways, which is why it comes in an envelope. You know, a regular giveaway, let's say I were to give like an actual, like not cards, something that's not flat, it would cost me like between $4 to $5, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. And, you know, in this way, it's still like kind of showing a thank you to people that are watching me. It still costs me money, but at least it's not breaking my piggy. You know what I mean? I yap a lot. See, this is literally the definition, the description, the explanation behind why I love streaming. Because when I stream, I can just talk like this nonstop. But then on the other end, I will have people talking back or writing back to me. So it keeps flowing. I don't feel like I'm talking to myself, which here I don't feel that way. Maybe I'm crazy, but at some point I will stop talking because I'm like, I'm running out of idea of conversation, which never really happens, but hypothetically it could. I remember my first stream. I sold things on my first stream. I may have had like 2 or 3 people, but I did sell things. And I was like, wow, damn. And all my kids' clothes sold, you know, all their shoes sold, all my stuff sold, like everything was selling. And I feel like because it was kind of like still like blooming, it was a good opportunity to do that. And, you know, you fix your price too. So I don't do dollar start. Have I done it? Yeah. If anybody actually wanted to like kind of start streaming or start live streaming to sell, not just to stream, I definitely went through it all. And it's actually so funny because I had somebody talking to me on my stream saying how she's been streaming every day and she struggles, and you know, there's nobody going on her show. And the metaphor I used is freaking hilarious. I think it was a day after I watched The Odyssey, and obviously my metaphor was involving a boat. I don't know why, but it was involving a boat, and it was, you know, just treat the platform as a full boat, okay? And you're just trying to get on that boat that's already full. You just got to make your spot on that full loaded boat. Like, it's hard. And I feel like that metaphor is kind of like legit, because really, like when I started Whatnot, it was, the boat was like half full, you know, it wasn't bad. Like I could have pushed through if I wanted to do that full time, if that makes sense. But today I think it's just so hard because there's so many people out there. I kind of felt bad because I'm like, you know, I feel the pain. I know how hard it can be. Even me, I've seen, because I only stream like once a week now, I can see the decline, because it's like any social media as well. If you're not really consistent with something, well, the algorithm is not gonna reward you, you know what I mean? And Whatnot is exactly like that too. If you're not gonna be consistent on it, why would it push you through the algorithm and to the For You page, you know? If you have questions, you know, I know you can sell everywhere nowadays. TikTok does it. Does Instagram do it? A lot of people actually use Facebook too. Like there's so many different platforms you can live stream and sell. And I was actually approached by one of them, which is Jamble. They try to make me switch. I don't even know how I ended up on Whatnot. I think somebody talked to me about it and I was like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. And I sure did. And then I kind of stuck with it. I tried Jamble because, you know, they gave me no fees for, I don't know how many days, like a month or 2. And then they gave me like $50 giveaways to give to people. And I was just like, oh, sure, you know, why not? So I tried it and it was going actually really well. I was getting good traction. Everything was going great. But I don't know. I'm so comfortable with Whatnot that I just kind of stuck with Whatnot, and I built a community on Whatnot, and you know, it's kind of hard to switch completely. But also at that time I was doing toys and Jamble wasn't known for that. I think that's why they approached me, because they were like, oh, you know, since you're selling something different, like they wanted to kind of have that new category grow. But it was really kind of non-existent on the platform. So I was just like, I sold some toys for sure. I guess today was a talk about Whatnot. I did all my giveaways and I'm going to pack all my stuff. And that's all I have to say, really. I can show you a magnificent magnet as a goodbye today, because we're already on 17 minutes. And there you go. On this note, I shall say good night, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I have requests of long version of me yapping. So this is me yapping. So I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you very soon. Bye.